hostess, Cindy Schumacher. On today's show, we're going to be making famous bar French onion soup, accessory meat pie, amigo dip, and chunky chocolate and coconut cookies. So we're going to start, I'm going to get a lot of things going at once because we've got a lot going on. I have a pound of prepared sausage and a pound of ground chuck. We're going to get that browning on the stove, and I'm just going to brown them together. And then I have 3 ounces of butter that I've melted in this pan, and to that I'm going to add 1 pound and 6 ounces of thinly sliced onions. If you can find sweet onions like Vidalia onions or some Texas sweet onions or something like that, use those. They're not in the stores yet as I'm making the soup, but this actually, yellow onions work just fine with this. It's just that sometimes with that little sweeter onion gives you, a little bit of a sweeter flavor to the soup. I'm going to kind of just stir to coat the onions, and we want to cook those for about 20 minutes. So once we get that going, we're going to turn around here and start working on the accessory meat pie. This recipe is kind of it's a different thing. You're gonna kind of, when I tell you everything that goes into the dough, you're gonna be surprised. But it makes kind of little crescent sandwich-like things. And the nice thing is they go in the freezer, and so you can make them ahead of time. And it takes 10 minutes. You actually bake them frozen, and for only 10 minutes. So it's kind of a slick deal. If you've got a last minute, somebody stops by for lunch, you can open up a can of soup and throw a couple of these in. You don't have to worry about browning hamburger or anything because everything's all done. They're ready to roll. So I have a 1.5 cups of softened butter. A 1.5 cups of margarine. Two 8-ounce packages of cream cheese. I know what you're thinking. But don't let this scare you, and it makes a bunch. It makes probably 6 dozen of these. Get my mixer going here. Okay, to this we're going to add 6 to 7 cups of flour. I'll just start adding a little bit at a time. These also can be used like for a party as an appetizer or something like that. So there again, it's something that you can make ahead of time sometime when you have time. Throw them in the freezer, and anytime you want them, you've got them in 10 minutes hot and ready to serve. I'm going to stir in the rest of the flour by hand. Got things sizzling over here. As usual, if you would like a copy of any of the recipes that we're going to be using on today's show or any of the other shows, if you have internet, just go to the Valley homepage, www.valleytown.net, and you click on the Country Cookin' Cow on the right hand side. You'll find all the recipes there. If you don't have internet, give the girls at Valley a call. They'll be happy to help you with a copy of anything that you like. Let me just take a second here and chop up my meat a little bit. Put a lid on those just to kind of let them steam up a little bit, get nice and tender. While I'm mixing up the dough, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Blazing fast broadband internet from Valley is now available and better than ever. Let us help you decide which speed is best for you. The 50 meg speed would be sufficient for 1 to 4 devices, mainly emailing and surfing the web. Our 100 meg speed works great for 5 to 8 devices and multiple users streaming and downloading video. If you have 8 devices or more that are simultaneously streaming or gaming, or if you have a medium-sized business, the 250 meg speed would work best for you. For extreme heavy home or work from home use, or if you have a medium to large business using 15 or more devices, you may want to consider our 500 meg download speed to fit your needs. And if you're a home or business that needs it all, we have our 1000 meg 1 gig broadband internet speed. Call our office today at 437-2615 and talk with one of our staff members to pick the speed that's best for you.
Okay, we've got the onions nice and tender, so we're going to start adding some of the ingredients. I've got a teaspoon of black pepper, a tablespoon of paprika, and that's what's going to give it the nice reddish caramely color. I'll throw 2 bay leaves in there. Biggest problem about bay leaves is finding when you're ready to serve and fishing them out. Okay, we need a teaspoon and a half of salt. And a half cup of flour. And to this you want to stir it about 5 minutes. Mine is pretty dry, so I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit of the beef stock, just to give it a little bit of something to help blend the flavoring. Looks like our meat is about browned. Give it just a few more minutes. Okay, we're going to work on the cookies. I've got 2 cups of all-purpose flour. To that, I'm going to add a teaspoon of salt. and a teaspoon of baking soda. And whisk that together. Okay, and here I have a half cup of butter and a half cup of margarine. To that I'm going to add 3/4 cup of brown sugar, and a half cup of granulated sugar. Need a little vanilla. We're going to add a teaspoon. Now we're going to add an egg. And we have a 1/4 cup of sour cream. We're going to stir this into the dry ingredients. We're going to have to just take a quick break and drain the meat. Not a lot to drain because we're using ground chuck, and the sausage is very lean.
Get 3 months free access on all lines plus a new 4G smartphone for only $4.99 a month. 2 great offers with Valley Cellular. Call Valley today at 437-2615 to take advantage of this great deal.
We're going to add the rest of the beef broth to the soup and let it simmer. Get everything blended in. Okay. Now to the cookies, we're going to stir in 8 ounces of broken chocolate. What I did was I just bought the 6-pack of Hershey candy bars, and that's just 8 ounces of broken chocolate. That is just a little bit more than that, so then you have just a little bit of chocolate that you can eat by yourself before putting it into the cookies. We have a cup of shredded coconut and a cup of broken nuts. I'm using walnuts. I have my oven preheated to 375. And then I'm going to drop, I'm using a cookie dropper. I'm just going to drop little mounds of it onto my cookie sheet. I made these once for a Lenten supper and I got a lot of compliments. So I think you'll like this one if you like coconut, if you like nuts, if you like chocolate. It's a nice combination. Going. I'm going to quick do one more cookie sheet. And then we'll get on with the accessory meat pies. Got a little bit of stringiness going on with the coconut, but just kind of tuck it in. Get that in the oven, then we'll start working on the filler for the accessory meat pie. The combination of the pork and the ground chuck, the pork sausage I should say, and the ground chuck, we're going to stir in 2 packets of spaghetti sauce dry mix. I have about a half cup of finely chopped black olives, a 4-ounce can of chopped mushrooms, stepped in pieces, and we'll stir that in, and then we'll add our 12 ounces of cheddar cheese. I don't know how it does it, but every time I make this, the amount of dough and the amount of filling always comes out just perfect. You always think you're going to have a little bit left of this or that, and it just always seems like I come out just exactly right. I have just a little bit small of a bowl here, but we'll make it work. Now, we'll roll out the dough. I'm going to take just a quick break and wipe up. We'll be right back.
Valley is now offering updated digital TV packages and prices. Ask us about the brand new Choice TV package. Call Valley today at 437-2615.
I already started rolling out some of the little accessory meat pies. Just roll out the dough nice and thin. I'm using a 4-inch biscuit cutter. Go ahead and press it in there real good so that it cuts all the way through. And you take the disc in your hand like this, and then you scoop whatever you think you can fit in there, like that. Fold it over and press the exterior closed. Then I take a fork and I kind of just double press, prick it a couple times, and put it on your cookie sheet. And then when you're all done with these, then you want to freeze them. So you want to make these up a little bit in advance if you're going to use them for your meal, or like I said, make them up weeks in advance. Put them in your freezer, then you've got them whenever you want them. You can use them for a snack, instead of a sandwich, or an hors d'oeuvre, something you can take to someone's house, and everyone's going to love them. We have the last tray of cookies in the oven. They should be done momentarily, and then we're going to fill the soup and put it under the broiler with some Swiss cheese on it. And then we're gonna, while that's heating up, we'll make the amigo dip, because that just takes a second. Okay, so we've got a tray like that, and then I would layer them, put a sheet of wax paper on top of it, put your next layer on. Cookies are ready. You want to let those cool on the tray just a minute or so. And I'm going to turn the oven on broil so it starts getting hot. And we're going to throw together the amigo dip. I have an 8 ounce of cream cheese. We'll whip that up a little bit here. To that I'm going to add sour cream. Half cup. I have 2 avocados that I've coarsely chopped. I add a teaspoon of lemon juice. 2 tablespoons of milk. Get this going here. Slide off. And we have chili powder, 1.5 teaspoons. Now, this is just one of the many ideas you can have to dip your accessory meat pies in. Even salsa, or some kind of a garlic dip or something like that. It's just kind of a healthy, tasty dip that you can use to put on the side. Okay, I'm going to just quick cleanup. We'll get the soup going and we'll be right back.
Valley Telecommunications, the home team advantage.
We're going to start filling the soup. I have some crocks. You can use any kind of an oven-proof bowl. Oops, I found the bay leaf. And fill it not quite to the brim. Like that. Then I made a loaf of French bread. We're going to float one right on the top and sprinkle Swiss cheese over the top of that. And then we're going to put it under the broiler and make a bit of a crust with the Swiss cheese on top. My broiler pan up so it's closer to the burners. And it takes about 5 minutes, and then the accessory meat pies will be ready. We'll be ready to eat. We'll be right back.
Internet is here. Valley now has higher broadband speeds of up to 1 gigabit. Get the bandwidth you need for all your devices at one time. Gaming with no lag time. Video stream your favorite movies instantly in HD quality. Video chat with friends and family without interruption. Download your favorite music and photos in seconds. All on our 100% fiber optics network. Valley offers managed Wi-Fi and backup services too, bringing together all the services you need. Valley Telecommunications Cooperative.
Okay, we've got the accessory meat pies out of the oven. I'm going to dish a few on the plates. And give them a little scoop of the Amigo dip they want to dunk it in. And we're all set. We have our famous bar French onion soup, our accessory meat pie, our Amigo dip, and our chunky chocolate and coconut cookies. Thanks for joining us today on this edition of Country Cookin'. We hope to see you next time.